You guys see this box right here? This box is a very good box. That is because that box means that I'm getting rid of this little boyo right here that's giving me a check engine light. Goes goodbye today. I'm very excited to get it out because check engine lights are bad. And so, yeah, let's get this thing taken care of. So this is the evap pressure sensor on my 2001 Toyota Tacoma V6. Essentially, I believe it has failed. So I've done a lot of testing, tweaking with all the electrical stuff, and I'm pretty sure the sensor is the problem. I have a P0450 and P0441 check engine codes right now, and I'm pretty sure that this guy is the cause of both because both codes came on at the same time, so I'm assuming that the problem with the sensor caused the bad purge flow. Hopefully that's the case. Time to actually get to switching the sensor out and hopefully getting rid of that check engine light. First of all, let's get the new sensor out of the box. Alright, so this one, actually, you'll probably notice that it doesn't look like it's quite going to fit up perfectly, and if you're thinking that, you are correct. The reason for that is because this sensor is actually for a about 2001 era Tundra. There we go. Now, why did I order the sensor for a Tundra instead of a Tacoma? Well, simply put, it was cheaper, and everyone on the internet said that it would work just as well, and looking at it, it looks exactly the same, so I'm not worried about it. So the part number is actually 89460C010. So that's the code for the Tundra sensor that is just as compatible as the Tacoma sensor for this application. And so what I read online is that you can just slide it off this bracket and then put it on the Tacoma bracket and it will work perfectly. Issue number one is going to be actually getting it off the bracket without damaging it, so you need to figure out how to do that. So I've got the new sensor on the old bracket, so hopefully this will just go right on. Old bracket's right here. I actually kind of mutilated it a little bit getting the sensor off. This sensor came off a little bit easier. I don't really know why they decided to go for a different release mechanism with the two, but this one seems pretty sturdily on there. So let's go and put it on, I guess. Alright, that seems pretty good to me. Let's go get the battery reconnected and then we'll start her up. Alright, now this isn't a definite fix because unplugging the battery and then putting it back on again does reset the codes on the engine, but it didn't immediately identify a problem. It could still come on in theory over the course of the next couple 50 or so miles. But I'll keep you guys posted. I'll be driving this thing around, making sure that it's all good. But hopefully this solved our problem. Sensor looks good in the engine, so yay. Oh, look at this puppy. Look at him. Yes. The hot sun. Yes, the hot sun on the black fur makes the dog very hot. I guess that feels good. Hello everybody, this is the follow-up section of this week's video. As you guys probably know if you've watched the first couple minutes, up to this point obviously, I installed a new evap pressure sensor on my 2001 Toyota Tacoma from a 2001 Tundra, and that evap pressure sensor seems to have fixed my check engine light. My follow-up, I did the replacement on Tuesday. Today's Friday. I've driven it 30-40 miles since then. That may not be enough to really know, but so far check engine light still hasn't come back on, so hopefully we don't have another problem with it reappearing somewhere down the line. So I'm really happy that that worked out. Also, as promised, another inspirational segment coming at you guys today. I'm talking about Acts chapter 27. The whole chapter, there's not a specific verse this time, just kind of the whole story. So Paul goes and gets on this ship that he's a prisoner right now, going to basically have his appeal to Caesar granted. So he's had a lot of trouble with the Jewish high priests trying to accuse him and get him killed, and so he's appealing to Caesar to get his case like forever cleared, so he's good to go. Now, as he's going on this ship, he receives some promptings, and he tells the people on the ship that they should not sail to Rome and that they should stop because there's going to be storms. And they choose not to, they choose to sail anyway. And throughout this journey, Paul makes various prophecies and promises and relays messages from God to these people. And even when the people choose not to obey, even as long as Paul, like basically everything that Paul prophesied would happen, would happen. He said that the ship would be destroyed, everything on the ship would be lost, but not anyone would die. Like, this is pretty incredible considering this is like only a couple years AD, pretty primitive sailing technology, and they get shipwrecked and everyone survives. And so I thought that was pretty impressive that he prophesied that and then that happened. And it just shows that when the Lord tells us that something will happen, it's going to happen. And so it's really good for us to pay attention and do our best to follow the scriptures and try to pay attention to the things that were prophesied in the Old Testament, the New Testament, and the Book of Mormon, so that we can be as prepared as we can be for the Savior to come again. And if we do those things, I know that He'll bless us and that He'll make it so that His return is a joyous time. And so I'm really glad that you guys were able to watch this video, and hopefully you found it helpful and enjoyable and maybe even inspirational. And I hope you guys all have a fantastic week. Please give me a like and subscribe. Share this channel with all your friends. That keeps sharing goodness and helping people learn more about cars and sharing my love for cars and for the Savior Jesus Christ. That's all I got for you guys. Peace out.